Hi, Peggy here is your crypto gal. Hey guys, oh my gosh, let's talk about one of my favorite all times, Ethereum. That would be on the crypto market as ETH. That is the bomb of the bomb of all bombs. One that I have been studying for very long time, more in depth in the last 4 years. As well as I'm sure you've seen on Twitter. If you're on Twitter with it going onto the crypto side of it, you can see more and more people talking about the big showcase today coming about is that Ethereum developers are coming up with the Ethereum 2.0 as we're going to move this from a PoW, proof of work, to a PoS, proof of stake. So I'm going to go through all of the definitions to make sure everybody's on board, because I'm all about stepping back and making sure that everyone understands exactly what they're getting involved in. But do your own read and research. Before we get started, let's just elaborate on that a little bit. I'm not your financial advisor. You're more than happy to talk to a financial advisor, but half of them don't understand what the hell you're talking about because they're living on a government side of the world. No pun intended. But with that being said, it's all about making sure that you understand the definitions, making sure you're doing your research on it. But Ethereum is one of the investments you should have in your portfolio. 100%, I recommend it highly. If you ever need assistance for it, please reach out to me. I'm just here to share with you any of the knowledge that I have been studying and looking at. But today, a big consensus was shut out on it with them moving forward on this for the developments with the mandate. So I'll explain all of this as we go. So let's just get started and let's dive into it. First of all, I definitely want to open up the screen and let's make sure let's just take a quick glance over Ethereum before we get involved in this any deeper. So here we are with Ethereum. So let me refresh as I'm talking about this. Ethereum is number 2 in the crypto space of this volatile market. It has one that has many attributes for it, leading off of the ecosystem and the blockchain. It's one that has created its source in its wallet. You can find this anywhere. So what I'm saying is when you're looking at the market, number 1 is going to be Bitcoin. Number 2 is going to be Ethereum. Now, looking at both of them even today, you can see that everything is in a big, huge dip when you're looking at this, and I'll close back out of this in just a second, but I kind of just want to focus a little bit in regards to what's happening with Ethereum. This is what I love about CoinMarketCap. It gives a very good detail. Oh, it's just dropped even more. Okay, so as you can see, let's take a glance at it. Right now, the price is $2,999.87 and still dropping. This is a price change error that it's still up 0.24% of $7.20 in a 24-hour period. So really has it crashed and burned itself from $3,077.45. As you can see by looking at the meaning of what Ethereum is, it's over to the side of here. It says Ethereum is a decentralized, which is not centralized. Centralized are your banks like you have right now. When you go to the bank, you use your debit card, you get money. Ethereum has been created to move this money project this way with Ether. And of course, cryptocurrency takes a lot of electricity. This is one of the reasons why this 2.0 is coming about. And I'll get a little bit more into this whenever I explain it in a little bit more detail as to why they went ahead and made this change. And they've been working on this project, the developers now, I'm going to say a good 5-6 years, but solidly and hard for the last 3 or 4 years, knowing this was coming about. So when we're looking at Ethereum in the market status, you guys, everybody is into 1 day. Me, no. First, I go to 7 days. I want to see what's happening for the week. So today is Tuesday, where I am at. Could be Wednesday, where you are at. But if you're stepping back in time to it, this is a 7, so that takes you back to Tuesday previous. So I can see we're definitely on a decline, which is the dip. You can see what we were talking about yesterday with Bitcoin, where I was telling you guys that you can almost, not predict, but you can almost bank, is a good word to use, where you can describe where your markets are going to be of showing 1, 2, 3. So here's 1 coming back over here on April the 6th. This one drops into April the 7th. So that's a 1-day process. And then here's number 3. So you can almost calculate where it's going to bounce to its next retracement, or if it's going to refresh itself and we're going to do a pullback, or if we're going to continue on with this, where you can see we have definitely streamlined into it, but we took a big hit on it coming into the holiday weekend, because as for some of you guys somewhere, Easter is coming about this coming weekend. However, it's going to transition itself as this week continues, because some places are already on holiday. I'm finding this out. So I think this is playing into the fields of where cryptocurrency is taking its huge hit where we're seeing this differentiation of that. But you can see that you're definitely going to hit this. So we're due to be able to pull into a good market transition in regards to this, instead of a total pullback where we should be alarmed by this. Not back into your $1,400 marker where we were like back in December, November. Okay, now when you step out of it in 30 days, which is my favorite to look at, it also tells me at a glance over of where I'm looking at, so I can see where these margins have laid in 30 days of looking at a timeline. And as you can see, it has steady flowed itself. So I don't feel as though Ether or Ethereum has created this, but with the change coming about with this 2.0, I think this is where we're starting to see maybe some big wells with the investors that are a little bit iffy on what their balance needs to be to make an estrangement move. However, could it benefit them now on the dip? Absolutely, especially with this one that they just started on today with this merge, as they call it. So this is one that is definitely a source, you guys. Some people take this as a sore spot. Some people are not prepared for it. A lot of people are always about the proof of work. So let's continue on, and let's just make sure we mandate this, because I want to make sure and deliver this message very clearly to you. Okay, so we have Ethereum. We have these developers, and they have created a shadow fork, which I will explain, just be patient with me, of the mainnet to better the test of the merge, but will transition the network to the proof of stake, which is the PoS. Okay, so let's break all of that down. Okay, so what we're meaning here is Ethereum being the second largest crypto, as I explained. For those of you that are new to crypto, let's talk about it. It's the second largest crypto in a volatile market, with its ecosystem as strong, let's say, support system in a better layman's terms, for other altcoins. We can look at the charts to see that these values, which I just went over with you guys, and we can look at it again shortly, which I will not go into my version of why Ethereum will be above Bitcoin sooner than later, which I described to you early on. Now, here is a definition of this and why it is a good investment, a source with Ethereum. If Ethereum was conceived, and when you try to look for it in the crypto, you can do your search engine of ETH. Some people say Ether, some people say F, some people say Ethereum. It was conceived in 2013 by programmer Vitalik Buterin. Additional founders of Ethereum included Gavin Wood, which today he was the creator of Polkadot, which to look that up in the crypto market would be DOT, and Kusama, which is KSM. For these coins, they do reflect and work off of the ecosystem of Ethereum and the blockchain there. Charles Hoskinson, one of my biggest favorite guys, I love that guy out of Canada, the infamous Cardano, and you can look him up as ADA. Anthony DeLorio, he's the founder of the blockchain company called Decentral, and Joseph Lubin, he is the founder of Consensus, which is a software company. So you can see where all these guys use their brains. Some are software, some are hardware, some are creativity, some are consensus, some are protocols. And when they put all of their minds together, they can come up with this and working with this into the blockchain. Now, Ethereum allows, let me tell you why Ethereum is so important, okay? And one that I have just a big favoritism for. Ethereum allows anyone, okay, to deploy permanent, okay, and immutable decentralized applications onto it, okay, with which users can interact, okay. And my favorite of all is the DeFi. And I know some of you guys have heard me on some of my shows when I'm talking about XRP, Stellar Lumens, Chainlink, the Terra Luna, Uniswap. These are some of my favorites, USDT. These are some of my favorites of the DeFi applications, because these decentralized finance applications, the DeFi, provide a broad array of financial services. Now, keep this in mind as a comparison to your centralized bank, because your centralized bank today is your financial service, without the need for typical financial intermediaries like your brokerages, your exchanges, or even the centralized bank. In other words, you want to send me something that we communicated on as a transfer. I'm buying land from you. Okay, we'll just put it into my Bitcoin. Can you put 10,000 in my Bitcoin, and can you put 5,000 in my Ethereum? Sure. and then we would communicate with this interchange. Okay, so this is an allowance of what this is just showing you a creativity of this, such as following cryptocurrency users to borrow against their holdings. Yes, literally. So if you go to a centralized bank, you walk into Bank of America and say, I want to take out a loan, what is going to be my interest rate? And they say, oh, your interest rate would be anywhere between 6 to 10%. Well, on here, you go and borrow against, let's say, you want to take a loan out for $6,000 and you want to put up collateral as your Bitcoin, then they would hold out that $6,000 of your Bitcoin as long as you are justifying and Bitcoin continues to graduate itself up as the investment. Okay, you have to just be careful of watching where it lowers itself. So be careful where your investment is. No interest rates, no fees. Okay, so let's continue on. Ethereum allowing this for users to create and exchange, right, for NFTs, a non-fungible token. And what I mean by this, these are unique tokens representing an ownership of an associated asset or privilege as recognized by any number of an institution. What I mean by that, an NFT is, like, I had a show in regards to this because people were really asking me about it. And that's, let's say I had a Mona Lisa original. Okay, and let's say, which I wish, and let's say I decided to turn it into an NFT so that I could sell it as artwork. So then the bids would open up, but it would be institutionalized into the decentralized system as an NFT in order to collect this for your token needs. Additionally, many other cryptocurrencies, this is what I said in the very beginning, the other altcoins, operate as an ERC20 token on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So a lot of coins use the Ethereum blockchain, okay, and have utilized the platform for its initial coin offering. A series of different upgrades now bring us to the news of the day and a movement forward this summer called Ethereum 2.0. which includes a full transition to the PoS, which is the proof of stake, and aims to increase the transaction throughout by using sharding. Now, you ask me, Peggy, what the hell is a proof of stake, which I call it a PoS, okay? Here's what a proof of stake is. It is a protocol, or better known as a class of consensus, which I explained that earlier, mechanisms for the blockchains that work by selecting validators in a proportion to their quantity of holdings in the associated cryptocurrency. This is done to avoid computational costs of the PO work schemes. Pegs, seriously, what is a POW? And that is not a prisoner of war, that is a proof of work. Proof of work, okay, is a form of cryptographic proof in which one party proves to others that a certain amount of a specific computational effort has been expended. Verifiers can subsequently confirm this expenditure with minimal effort on their own part. So you don't need a damn bank to do your business, pretty much. Okay, so let's go down a little bit further. We're going to keep working this versus the two. Proof of stake, proof of work. What's the differentiation? Why do one or the other? Why can't I do both? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Let's explain. Proof of stake, that's the PoS, which we're making that transition to the Ethereum blockchain, okay, for 2.0. This cuts out the need for complex computations, okay? Remember how I described to you the nodes in the blockchain, and all of those are created as people are buying into one Bitcoin. Let's use Bitcoin as that example. They buy into that one Bitcoin, and until that value is complete, it doesn't go to build another one. And this uses extreme amounts of electricity. And I'll get to that in a minute as well. Okay, so it beats POW, which is the proof of work, when it comes to energy efficiency. Okay, instead of the power to validate these transactions that goes to those with most holdings of the network's native currency, the idea is those with significant stake in the system are less likely to manipulate it. Okay, let me read that again. The idea is those with a significant stake okay, in the system, the ecosystem, are less likely to manipulate it. And if they do, they could have their stake destroyed. It's easier for an investor to participate in the proof of stake system, the PoS system, than in the proof of work, the PoW system. That's because technical knowledge and sophisticated computer systems are not required. In fact, you don't even have to stakehold on your own. These exchanges operate in stake pools. That means that you can commit some of your holdings in a pool and gain rewards in return, okay? So kind of like Discover credit card. I know some of you have those because it's an international card, and or American Express. You earn, when you use the card, you earn rewards. You can take those rewards and you can turn them into paying towards your payment. You can take them and turn them into getting a Visa card back. You can take them and turn them into travel. You can move your money. But when you do that, there's a fee when you use a normal credit card. These do not charge you a fee. Okay, so hopefully you kind of got a little vision of this exchange to operate in a stake pool. That's the best way I can kind of give you a conglomeration of it, and holding your own pool, which is very important. Now, the proof of stake beating this, okay, let me give you an example of the speed that this creation is. It's just amazing. So it beats the PoW when it comes to the speed. For example, Ethereum only processes 30 transactions per second. Now we all know what a second is. That's 3 seconds right there, right? 30 transactions. So let's say 30 people in that 1 second purchased into Ethereum, right? I did $25. Joe Blow did $15. Helen from Medusa World did $100. So these transactions did that in 1 second as a proof of work on the blockchain. That's the PoW, right? The network expects to process as many as 100,000 transactions per second once it is transitioned to the PoS, the proof of stake, and launched its shard chains. Now, you ask, which is better, Pegs? What the hell are we still talking about? Okay, so PoW, the proof of work, is still considered king, okay? Because let's face it, nobody likes change. US is still in the dark. They, fear the, FOMO, fear of missing out, but more of just fear, period, of getting involved in this because they just don't know what the hell it's all about. Well, take the time and do your research. If you're going to research your bank out to get a loan and make sure that your officer at the bank is going to give you the best interest rate, don't you think you can spend some time doing the same thing here? Absolutely you can. But our governments have us so mind blown, they just say, okay, they advertise on TV and say interest rates at 2.0 to 6.0. Yeah, let's go borrow some money. And then never mind, we're not going to go down that road. Okay, so the PoW proof of work still considers as the king when it comes to security and the decentralization. In the PoS, the validation power constantly given to the largest stakeholders could result in a form of centralization. That can't happen in a system, okay? Now remember, PoW is a system, such as PoW. That relies on solving complex mathematical puzzles. And that's why PoW, proof of work, may be the best method for some operations. Financial transactions requiring the highest security might opt for the PoW of the blockchain. So a lot, well, not a lot, the majority of your centralized banks and credit unions run as a PoW. They proof of work. They're running on a blockchain. They've been doing this for years, okay? So this is not something that's new to our life, okay? We're just extending this in a different consensus of our protocol. Now, PoS, the proof of stake, when it comes to speed, its clear speed is key when it comes to many operations, from payments to even gaming. And gaming is a big source of our millennials coming into our future, because let's face it, some of them don't even know what else they're supposed to do as far as a job is concerned. But hey, they're needed in some way, shape, or form, since we are living in a technology world. Now, all of this means there isn't one particular consensus mechanism that's better than the others on any level. At least not today, because every day something is new coming along, because we are so progressive with technology in regards to this. Now, there may be room for many consensus mechanisms as cryptocurrencies continue to evolve. We're right, a little over 10,000, almost 11,000 coins out there and tokens in this exciting volatile market. Make sure you do your read and research. Always, always, and forever do your read and research. So, the Ethereum Foundation got a step closer to deploying its Ethereum 2.0 and has been using shadow forks to make its testnet more closely resemble the Ethereum mainnet. Okay, you're like, okay, Pegs, you totally lost me again. All right, you're like, okay, you ask, what is a mainnet? Okay, mainnet is the term for the real Bitcoin blockchain and its network. We all know what network does. When you're out there and you're networking to meeting new companies, right? Let's say you're networking with companies. We won't talk about meeting boyfriends and girlfriends. When you're meeting new companies, right? And with those, being a source of the network, you are networking, you are selling your company, right, to get business and make money off of them, as well as use businesses out there that you can do referrals with, and you all network together. BNI is a really good one with that. If you need any assistance with BNI, that's a Business Networking International. There's a really good one in Katy, and my brother runs it. Look him up, Scott Goodell. He's infamous with it. It's perfect for when you're wanting to do business networking in Texas area. Okay, so back to the mainnet. With this, okay, that network is used to contrast with testnet, SIGNet, and regtest networks. Okay, so you have all these contrasting networks that are movable out there, right? Unlike other networks, which are used for testing purposes, mainnet coins, Bitcoin, have a monetary value. We all know what a monetary value is, correct? When people refer to a Bitcoin network, they are usually referring to the main net, okay? Because it's the value of that. You want to know what is the value of what you're going to do. So if you did $25, it's going to give you that value of what you invested in from that one part of that Bitcoin. Okay, I'm just using that as an example. Okay, mainnet is the primary public Ethereum production of blockchain, where actual value transactions occur on the distributed ledger. When people and exchanges discuss Ethereum prices, they're talking about the mainnet Ethereum. Okay, so hopefully this is giving you a little bit of a clearer picture. The team had done 3 shadow forks of this testnet, finding that there were some bugs varying from sync codes to request a timeout in the process. Now you ask, what the hell is a shadow fork? Now you're taking me even deeper. Shadow forks means this is a way to stress test our assumptions around syncing the stake growth. It will also provide a way to check to see if our assumptions work on existing test nets and or main nets, because I was just describing to you all the different networks that are with the main net, right? So these nets, right, we can take out the assumptions on because we want to prove that work to see of an existence. So with Ethereum 2.0 around the bend of another success, this creates the shadow forks to stay connected to peers on the canonical Ethereum chain. Meaning some transactions will appear on both chains. For context, Ethereum has been planning to transition its network from a PoW, proof of work, to a PoS, proof of stake consensus, model for many years. So this is nothing new. It's been written even in the white paper. When you go and look at it, what I mean by white paper, people who are new to this, white paper is like if you get a contract, you want to make sure everything that you have to cover yourself of something that you're purchasing is in that contract, right? A lot of your financial managers in the car business are like, oh, you just sign here. This just means this and this and this. Read the fine print, people. Okay, so anyways, this is something that they have been working on for a long, long time, okay? Now, with moving with this proof of work, okay, that's the POW part, it requires energy, okay, to be spent in order to construct a block, which I was just describing to you a minute ago, whereas PoS requires cryptocurrency to be staked. So you would stake it in a pool, okay? Now, the transition will significantly reduce Ethereum's energy requirement, because you have to remember there's a huge Ethereum ecosystem out there where a lot of other altcoins feed off of Ethereum's blockchain, which is excellent, but it's a creation to separate just Ethereum on its own for this energy requirement as well, which many have come to oppose about Bitcoin, which is why I've been saying, since I got really deep in this with some business partners that I had from the UK, Steve and Paul, Ethereum is the to go to. I'm telling you, it will overtake its brother Bitcoin. I still say 2023, you will see this movement come about, especially with 2.0 coming about very, very soon. The upgrade has been nicknamed the merge. Okay, and we all know what the word merge means, so I'm not going to put that in here to describe that too, because we know when companies merge, we know what's going to happen, right? As it will involve merging the Ethereum mainnet with the beacon chain. The beacon chain will serve as the spine of the Ethereum 2.0, constantly scanning and validating every transaction data, which they're wanting to increase that per 1 second, 1,000. This is a big move for the Ether ecosystem of diversity, since we all know, since all governments of the G20 proclaimed their eco-efficiency to be complete by the year 2035 of better energy sources. So this will give a huge boost to transform Ethereum and proclaim, in my opinion, to move past the balance of Bitcoin and be the coin of the future gains. Ethereum engineers have made their test environment more closely resemble the mainnet that's processing well over 1 billion transactions per day. No, I'm not going to be me. As of the writing, the new Ethereum Shadow Fork network, listen to this, has processed 1.8 million transactions with an average block time of 13.8 seconds. So they're getting really close to this development to be such a progressive thing, and quickly. It's a big milestone as Ethereum developers get closer to transitioning their mainnet itself from POW, proof of work, to POS, proof of stake, consensus model. Listen, I'm so glad I got to share this with you guys today. I love it. I had several emails come about with this when I was seeing things happen this morning when I awoken. And so it made my heart feel good to be able to share with you guys and explain a lot of things, because a lot of people don't understand. And if you still don't get it, I'm happy to be there to assist you in any way, shape, or form. Reach out to me. I'm happy to help you in any way I can. You can reach out to me on YouTube, my email. I'm on all the other social medias with Telegram, Instagram, as well as Facebook. I'm here for you guys because I think it is so damn important that you understand this volatile market. It is a volatile market, and it runs 24/7. It never sleeps. Neither do I sometimes. But anyways, I'm Peggy, your crypto gal. I'm glad I got to share this with you guys today. Please stay safe. Do your read. Do your research. Know where your money needs to be put for the better investment for you. I will be coming up with some more information. Yesterday I shared with you guys, I've been doing a lot of research on this gold IRA, because I'm all about the commodities market, especially with what China's doing, movement in the earth with your coppers, your golds, your silver, your palladium, and I want to uranium, and I want to be able to share what's going on with that. But gold IRAs, since we are really justifying what gold is, it plays a huge factor of knowing that value. So just give me a few more days. I'm just about there to be able to share that project with you. But meantime, do your read and research, get your portfolio set up. There's plenty of exchanges out there. Make sure you protect yourself. I don't necessarily leave myself on an exchange wallet, even though the wallets are protected to a certain extent. I usually use my ledger, plug it in, download, and therefore I know all my codes to be able to download it, to be able to just put it back onto my laptop when I want to. It's just a secret to keep your stuff from the government. But anyways, I love you guys. Have a fantastic day. Peggy, Crypto Gal Pegs, Global Pegs. I can't wait to be able to share more information with you. Stay tuned. Please dingle the bell on YouTube. Please keep me subscribed so I can continue on sharing all this information with you guys. It is so important because we are making a change in today's time, and it is right around the corner. Okay? You guys take care, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.